Okay. I'm about to go on a run, but I want to briefly mention this because it's been put on my heart day after day after day after day, and I'm gonna say it today. So I go to Revelation Church, and Prophet Lovi teaches a sermon called Tears, and I think it's titled like "The Way God Hears You" or something like that. But it was called Tears, and I made a post after that service, and I said, "May you receive us on my story." I made a post on my story, and I said, "May you receive a return for every cry and all the pain you had to endure." And I received the most feedback on my story from that post. And I was like, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that. And I just keep getting confirmation, not even confirmation, but just extra wisdom from other people's experiences. But I wanted to say that let your tears be for a reason. It's fine to cry when you're in a situation, to just let out whatever you're going through, but cry knowing that whatever you're going through is for a reason and it's for the betterment of you and other people. Cry knowing that you're not only crying because of what you're going through, but you're crying that so somebody else won't have to go through it. I remember there was a time where I was crying and I cried like, God, please give me a voice. I'm so afraid to speak. I don't speak, and I know I can. I literally think all these great things, but I can't speak them. And so what's the point of me being able to think about what I can say and not be able to say it? And so I say that to say, I'm not gonna let my tears be for no reason. I cried for a reason. Now it's my time to speak. But I cried all those years for a reason. I'm not just gonna keep crying about it. Like at some point, let your tears be for a reason. I done been through so many things as a child that I cried about. But I cried I cried knowing now that my children won't have to go through that. They won't have to go through that because I know how to prevent what happened to me. I know how to prevent what happened to me. I cry knowing like, thank you, God, that it's me that has to go through this so that I could talk to the next person and they won't have to go through it. So just cry knowing, cry with a purpose, like get a return on your tears. Are we just crying for no reason? Ask yourself like, when's the last time I cried? And what was I crying for? Not like, why was I crying? What was I crying for? How can I give what I was crying for to somebody else? That's what you got to ask. How can I give what I was crying for to somebody else? A lot of people don't know this, but I'm a private swim instructor and I teach one-on-one classes with different people. And there's this one little girl that God has blessed me to be able to teach. And I found out that she was getting bullied, and I used to get bullied when I was younger. And so I don't doubt for a second that all those tears that I cried when I was being bullied, God is now using for me to pour into her, to build her confidence up in herself so that she can be even better than I was, deal with bullying even better than I did. So it's just, don't let your tears be a waste. I'm not saying don't cry, but I'm saying when you do, make sure whatever you're telling God is from your heart, and cry knowing it's for a reason. Talk to God about those reasons. What do you want those reasons to be for? When you're crying, let those reasons be known. Okay, wait. I wanted to throw in there this too while I'm on the topic of crying, because I don't know when I'll mention again, and I'm sure there's a topic I'll be able to cover it, but there's no better topic than now because it's the only time we have is now. But I also want to talk about crying because I've noticed a lot when people are crying, other people will start to get emotional. And it's okay if someone's tears provokes you to cry because you feel for them, but not someone's tears making you relate to their pain based off of your pain, and then you now make their situation about you. We're not about to have a slumber party of tears. No, we're not doing that. If you want to make this about you, step away and go cry. But if there's a room full of people and someone starts crying, let's not all cry about what we've gone through. Let's pour into that person so that we can uplift people. What is it? Trauma bonding? I definitely don't encourage trauma bonding. I think it's like the lowest level of bonding, and we have so much more to offer people than just our trauma. And so, yeah, be careful that you don't turn someone's story into your story. Let their story be theirs, but pour into them, uplift them. Be that presence of God that they need in their life. So yeah, I wanted to say that because I really despise trauma bonding, and I'm at fault of it too at some point in my life. But yeah, let's not trauma bond. Let's uplift people that are going through their own trauma. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. Cry, but cry knowing. And make sure when you do that God knows your reasons, what you want. That's they say God covered, this kind of sticks with me a lot. God hovers over you at the darkest times of your life and at the brightest times of your life. Are you just willing to look up? Are you willing to perceive his voice? So ask, you never know.